channel, guys. If you haven't guessed already, this is going to be a super casual unboxing video because we're here on the floor in our UGG boots. But we don't exactly have the budget of unbox therapy here at Fly Hunter. Super excited for this though. We are unboxing the Nidecker Merc snowboard, and I've got to be careful lifting this with the broken arm, but also the now IPO bindings. If I'm being honest, really didn't want to film today, but snowboard arrived today, so here we are. Didn't want to wait all week to open the thing. And we're here wearing the Fever Films merch, I guess. Should probably get some Fly Hunter merch, but I reckon that's a goal for the 1,000 sub mark. So if you want to see some Fly Hunter merch happening, then get that sub count going up. But I suppose we should just get into the unboxing. No fancy editing or camera effects going on here. We're just going to carefully get the box cutter through it without scratching the deck. And there's a better way to do that. And yes, I can use the box cutter with my right hand, so the broken arm is coming along. But for those of you who are a bit in the dark, since this is a mountain bike channel, you're probably wondering why I'm unboxing a snowboard. Well, if that's the case, then you need to go and watch the Thredbo video up in the card. Then come back and watch the rest of this. Oh, it looks so sick. First reveal. It's either the nose or the tail. I think, oh, it's the nose. Flap left to unfold, or maybe it's not necessary. Got our tax invoice, you don't really need to see that. Leave that over there. Let's get this box out of the way now. That is nice. 630 bucks, reduced by like half price, so I'm stoked on that. Established 1887, there you go. 2+1 year warranty. I'll give you a bit of a look, but I'll give you a proper look once this thing is fully out of the box. I mean plastic. That was pretty satisfying. Oh my God, this looks sick. Righto, there it is, guys. The Nidecker Merc. Not sure on the year model, so I'll put that on the screen right now. But I think this thing is sick. It's got fluorescent nose and tails on the underside, so it's going to glow on the snow. Fluorescent rails as well. And this thing is a camrock profile, so if I hold it up to the camera like that, you'll be able to see there's camber between the contact points and then a bit of a rocker at the nose and tail, which means it's pretty much a perfect intermediate board. It's just nice in the middle of what a camber board and a full rocker snowboard offer. I'll be able to do a bit of park stuff on this, so hit new rails like I did in the Thredbo video, try and learn some new jumps, but also do some pretty high speed carves. All for a board that costs under $400, which I think is pretty insane. This board's also a true twin, so when you put the bindings in, it is the exact same geometry, I believe. Well, it probably says on the back. Well, that's actually sick. I'll have to put that up to the camera in a sec. But yeah, it's a true twin, so symmetrical front to back, which means if you're riding switch or if I'm riding my normal goofy style, it's gonna have the exact same feel to it, which is really good. But there is a bit of a spec sheet for it, if you want to feast your eyes on that. It's also a 6 out of 10 flex, which I like. Like, I didn't want a super flexy board because it just feels weird when you're at high speeds and going over bumps and stuff. But it means I might be able to learn some buttery sort of maneuvers. So let's have a check the flex right now. Oh yeah, nice. On the other reason why I wanted to get a board with a camrock profile is because when I was at Thredbo, once again, watch the video, I was riding a Burton Process. That was the rental board they had for me, and it was pretty sick. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly had no idea going in like what sort of snowboard would be good for me, but I picked up learning how to snowboard again so quick on that thing, and I just felt super confident by day 3. Like, felt like I could just lean into any turn at any speed that I was comfortable with going, and it would just do what I needed it to do. So I think this should be very similar in that regard, but this one just looks sicker and is cheaper, so win-win. I think we move on to the bindings now. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this little sort of unboxing video. I know it's a bit unorthodox compared to what I normally upload, but obviously I'm kind of limited at the moment. I can't do the classic mountain biking POV and third person shots at the local bike parks around here. I'm playing around with some new video ideas during the recovery process. Wow, that was really the perfect size box, isn't it? Oh, they look sick as well. So I'll hold this up to the camera for you. That little binding strap is actually so plush. Like, feel how, well, you can't feel it, but see how squishy that is? That's just gonna feel so comfy over the snowboarding boot. And I got these to be a medium flex, so it sort of matches the snowboard. And once again, they're sort of designed for an intermediate rider. And it's got like a little hinge in here to help it with the flex, which I think is kind of cool. But for now, I really want to show you what these bindings look like on the snowboard. And I think the best way to do that is to head into the shed and get it all put together. Right, so we ran out of time the other night. We've reached the weekend now, so why don't me and my fresh home haircut get those bindings on for you. I can barely summarise for you guys how excited I still am to have my own snowboard. Thank you to Thredbo for rightly hooking me up with the winter edition for this snowboard build. So I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to leave them in their default position, bolt them onto the snowboard, and then once we have our snowboard boots and we get closer to doing our first trip, we can make some fine adjustments to make sure these are set up perfectly for my style of riding. Because I'm a US size 11 shoe, I want the bolt to be coming through pretty much dead center of these adjustable slots, which makes things very easy. How plush are these things, by the way? No tired feet after a day of snowboarding on those, I reckon. This board also has markings around the reference stance holes, which is nice. So that's just the ones that set it up as a true twin. If I wanted to have a day snowboarding on deep powder or something like that, like a super free ride day, which probably isn't crazy common in Australia, I could always do a bit of a setback stance and give it a bit more powder performance, but don't think I'm going to be after that. Now for the stance, I'm going to do what Snowboard Pro Camp told me and do a 13 and negative 13 stance, or the duck stance as they call it in the industry. So why don't I just fast forward the next like 30 seconds or so while I get all these screws in position, and we'll start tightening this bad boy up. And she's good to go. Well, there we go, guys. The snowboard is set up and I reckon she is looking insanely good. So what I'm going to do now is skip to later tonight where I'm going to get some sick slow-mo smoky shots that you would have already seen in the intro segment. But first, can't skip the most important stuff. So I guess those slow-mo shots kind of worked. Anyway, that's it for this unboxing video. If you like this bit of a change up, then let me know in the comments below and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my Polygon T7 review coming soon.